7 men's fragrances in my collection. Well, they just smell like success, my opinion. You want to meet me on the other side of this intro, and I'll get right into it and tell you what 7 I found. See you guys in just a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and listen, I appreciate you so much for returning to the scene of the crime. Before we get into this video, need a little paperwork from you. Like, share, sub. And it's icon bell, so every time I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to know. You can come by and see what we're talking about. Okay, today's topic, video, discussion, review, whatever you want to call it, is about fragrances that, in my opinion, just smell like a successful man. That's it. That's all it is to it. No further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, no bottle. I have these, but I didn't want to drag them out for this video. Honorable mentions. YSL's L'Homme Intense. Very sexy fragrance. Compliment getter. The last time I wore that, I received several compliments on it. And YSL's La Parfum. That is one. Tom Ford's Great Vetiver, whether you have the EDT or the EDP. One of them has been continued. I want to say it's the EDT. It's been continued, but both of those are stunning, stunning fragrances. I happen to love Vetiver and Oud. So man, Sarah's Oud Exclusive could have been on here, because to me those are just fragrances that just smell like money. They smell like success. But wanted to keep it to 7 to keep this video shorter. So let's get it. Those are those are a few of the honorable mentions that I have. Now, the first one, to me, this fragrance just smells like money. It just smells like a successful person. And it is from the House of Creed. I only have 2 Creed fragrances, and this is one of them. And to me, it just smells like money. I absolutely love it. And it is Creed's Royal Oud. Creed's Royal Oud. I absolutely love this. And you see the dent in the bottle. Haven't worn it a lot. A lot of that's come from sending out some decants to some friends of mine, but nonetheless, beautiful fragrance. Oud, Vetiver. I pick up more Vetiver in this fragrance than I do Oud, and maybe that's why I like it, but this is one that just, man, it just smells successful. It just does. I mean, look at the bottle. Look at the bottle. If I had to pick so many fragrances to wear for life and price wasn't an object, this is one I would definitely pick. I think it's beautiful. I got it at a decent price. I picked it up at TJ Maxx for $189. I'll never forget the day I saw it. I was married at the time. Me and the ex-wife was out. I think she had gotten off work early and was like, hey, you want to go to Huntsville? You got to ask me twice. So we jumped in the car and headed out. Walked into TJ Maxx and I saw the white box. I said, man, that's like a Creed box. It is a Creed box. And I just happened to have a decant of it. So I had already smelled it, and it was on my wish list. And I was like, you ain't gonna believe this. So I'm sitting there holding it in my hand. I had to call Chief up and tell him, I said, man, you ain't gonna believe what I found. He said, what? He said, what it is? And I told him, Creed Royal Oud. But that fragrance to me definitely smells like success in a bottle. Moving right along. This next one, similar to that fragrance. To me, they smell very similar, but still, yeah, it just smells successful to me. It's just got that nice, clean, elegant, but masculine. It just smells successful. From the House of Perfumes, the Marley, it is Sedley. And this is one, I don't think I've even worn this one yet. Find a spot to spray it. This one to me is just, I mean, it's that dude. It's that dude. It's just, it's not the type of fragrance that you want to wear. Uh-oh, adjust my mic. Hold on one second, y'all. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. I hope this doesn't cause the video to go haywire. If it does, you won't see it because I have to reshoot it. But this is one of those fragrances to me that just comes off masculine, classy, elegant, clean. A little bit of citrus in there, a a little bit of vetiver. It just comes off as if, hi, I'm not trying really, really hard to impress you, but nonetheless, this fragrance smells amazing. And if you dress this right, no hooping shorts, no t-shirts, some nice clothes, and maybe some shoes, you know, that requires something that doesn't have, you know, like a tennis shoe, you know, Stacey Adams, something like that. Just, you know, some dress shoes, church shoes, Sunday shoes, whatever you call them. Chelsea boots. But this is what this fragrance reminds me of. It just reminds me of success. You know what I mean? And I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, that smells good coming off my skin. Man, from the house of Perfumes de Marley, Sedley. Sit that right down right there. All right, let's get a few cheapies in here. This one, to me, Paco Rabanne Xs, or XS. I like this fragrance. I really do. It's masculine. Again, it's just got this vibe to it. This fragrance, to me, just has that it. It has that it. It's not one that's overly popular. It's not one that you're going to find tons of reviews on or tons of reviewers talking about it. It may have been surpassed. Yeah, I'm smelling it now. It may have been surpassed by its flankers like Black XS, which is one of my favorites, or Night. Either one of those are Pure. All of those are really, really good flankers. But this one to me is the best out of the line. And the reason that I say that is because it just has a scent to it. And all of these have the one thing in common. They come across as very, very masculine, but at the same time clean. And they're not the type of masculine fragrances that's going to knock the doors down. They're very subtle, very easy, but at the same time they have this certain cleanliness to them that to me, it's just appealing. The type of fragrance that you can wear with a sweatshirt if you wanted to, but why would you? You know what I mean? It just, if I was going to put on my nicest, my best, these are the fragrances that I would choose, because they don't get you with, you know, super aquatic or super citrus or super sweet like burnt sugar or, you know, gourmandy. They're just masculine, but at the same time super easy to wear, but they still smell good. And this one is one that you guys are sleeping on. I mean, I really think you are sleeping and snoring on this one. I know it's not popular. It's not a popular fragrance. It may even to some people be a little bit dated, but it's one I happen to enjoy. And again, to me, it just has that regal feel about it that just says, hi, I'm successful. I'm not really trying to impress you. I don't follow trends. I set them. Paco Rabanne XS. This one I wore the other day. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you already know. It is from the house of Givenchy, and it is Gentleman's Boise Parfum. And this one, I'm going to tell you. Again, it's just got that nice, clean, masculine vibe to it. It's just nice. Goes great. I had on a nice orange polo and some khakis. I had to go to the doctor, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on some decent clothes. So just a beautiful, beautiful scent. And I'll tell you a story. Walked in the doctor, which this happens all the time. Walked in the doctor's office, sit down, chick comes in and she goes, you smell good. What are you wearing? And of course, me being me, I'm like, I'll never tell. She was like, man, you need to tell me so I can get some of that for my husband. This is what I had on. This is what I had on. These were her words, not mine. She said, that is going to linger all day. I'm telling you guys, when that scent trail, that sillage is what gets the attention. You don't want to put on so much that they can't, stand to get close to you or whatever. But when you come through smelling like this, it just, it get them. It gets them. I mean, straight up, it gets them. That scent trail, that sillage. When you walk through, those were her words. I got to get my husband some of that. That's going to linger. That's what she said. And I was just like, okay, it's gone. Okay then. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Givenchy's Gentleman Boise. But nonetheless, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Again, it has that common theme of cleanliness with a little bit of spice, slightly woody, but very easy to wear. Again, get this one in your collection if you don't have it. This is some grown man juice, very versatile. Any season you can wear this, in the summer or the winter, daytime or night, business or pleasure. No occasion too big or too small for this fragrance. Gentleman, Givenchy's Gentleman Boise the Parfum. Alright, let's get another cheapie in here. And this one reminds me of Chanel's Platinum Egoiste, which would be on this list if I owned it. I do not own it. I own a couple of clones of it, like Legacy by Armand, but Ellis 360. What is this? Goodness gracious, y'all, my mind just went blank. Reserve. This is one that has that Platinum Egoiste vibe to it all day long. And I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, man. I'll tell you a little secret about this fragrance. This is one of a few fragrances that has made it into my collection multiple times. This is one I had a bottle back in the 90s, used it up. When I saw it again, I grabbed it. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. And it definitely has a Chanel Platinum Egoiste vibe. It's not at a Platinum Egoiste cost though. It's very inexpensive, but it just comes across. Same thing here, clean, sort of fresh, easy to wear, but definitely classy and elegant. It just smells successful. It just smells like that guy that smells good, but he's not trying to. He's not trying to wow you with this fragrance. He just smells good. These are, and I'll say this about these fragrances as well. These are the type of scents that men that don't collect fragrances wear. These are the, in my opinion, now keep in mind everything is based around my opinion. These are the type of fragrances that guys that just want that one fragrance. That's what he wears. That's what he wears. He only wears Chanel Platinum Egoiste. He only wears Perfumes de Marley's Sedley. You know, he only wears Givenchy's Gentleman. That's it. That's it. He may have one or two that, you know, he switches out every now and then, but 9 out of 10 when you smell him, he's going to have that scent on. And that's what these fragrances remind me of. And this one is certainly no exception to that rule. Oh my goodness. It's inexpensive enough to dress it down. Straight t-shirt and blue jean it, but it smells good enough that you can dress it up with a suit and tie and be in the ball game and still smell good and keep a lot of money in your pocket. Again, this gives me Chanel Platinum Egoiste vibes, but it's Ellis 360 Reserve. And I like it. I like it a lot. Last but not least, oh no, jumping the gun. I got this many more. I got 2 more. This next one is from my house. I can't keep up anymore because he seems like he's putting out fragrance after fragrance after fragrance. When he put this one out, it was groundbreaking because it was his first release in a long time from the house of Zaharov. It is Signature Per Home right there. And this one is a very well made, very well blended, smooth, fougere, old school barbershop, earthy type of scent that is so well made that it doesn't smell dated. It comes across as very modern, very versatile, easy to wear. To me, I dress this fragrance up. I don't wear this fragrance with hooping shorts or even a polo. Well, I would wear it with a polo and some nice jeans, but most of the time when I wear this, I'm wearing it in a situation where I feel I'm dressed up anyway and I feel I look nice. Yeah. Yeah. Zaharov Signature for home. It's just got that. My goodness, that smells so good. Yeah, nobody's gonna tell you you smell bad with this fragrance on. It is just an extremely well made, well thought out, well designed fragrance. And that purple juice represents royalty. And I just feel like this is one of those fragrances that to me symbolize success. I absolutely love it. Zaharov Pearl. I may wear that tomorrow night, depending on what I go do. Last but not least, and again, Prada Black almost made this list. But since it didn't, I went with L'Homme Intense. And this is another compliment getter. It's one of those that people smell on you and they sniff and sniff and sniff. Now, the difference in this one, this is probably the least masculine out of all the fragrances on this list. It's probably the most mass appealing. But to me, this fragrance just has something about it. It just has a certain savoir-faire or a certain appeal to it that just, to me, comes across as, yeah, you guessed it, successful. I'm sure if I had the OG Prada L'Homme, it may have made this list in place of it. But it's just something about a nice, clean fragrance. And understand me, when I say clean, I'm not talking about shower gel or soapy. I'm talking about that scent that when they're blended well, they come across and the notes, work in unison to form a perfect medley, and they just come off as one accord. That's what, to me, these fragrances do. You know what I mean? They're not, you can pick up different notes and subtle this and subtle that, like that Sedley is picking up right here, and that Black Xs and that Paco Rabanne Xs, they're doing a little song and dance. And I'm telling you that Xs is hanging with it. It may even be out projecting it a little bit. But nonetheless, they're both beautiful scents. Wait a minute, that's where I sprayed the Sedley. Man, that smells good. And that Ellis, I mean, all of these fragrances have that wow factor, they have that it factor. But again, I can't reiterate enough. It's almost like you're not really even trying. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful. And this one, no exception to the rule. I wear this one more for some reason in the cooler months. Maybe because I just got it in December, so I haven't quite had it a year yet. And of course, I couldn't wait to wear it, so I started wearing it in December, and I wore it a few times in the spring. Maybe reach for it once in the summer, but with the cooler months coming, it's definitely one I will reach for. Again, super versatile. You can dress it up, with a suit and tie. You can dress it down with a hoodie. And I think it would work just fine. From the house of Prada, it is L'Homme Intense. All right, guys. That's it, man. That is 7 fragrances with the few honorable mentions that I mentioned from my collection that I think smell like success. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're rich. It just means that you're successful. Maybe your goal was to, buy a house and then a rental house. Or buy back your old home place, whatever. Whatever your version of success is, to me, these fragrances represent it. Success doesn't have anything to do with money, unless that's your goal. But, just saying. But anyway, I love all of these fragrances. I feel like a kid in a candy store right now, a fat kid with a bunch of cake. But I am a fat kid, though. I'd rather have fragrances than cake, though. Just saying. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here, edit this video so you guys can see it. Getting ready for the weekend. It's going to be Friday. So I hope y'all are getting ready to have yourselves a beautiful weekend, watching football and all of that stuff. I am going to get off of here, edit it, and upload it so you guys can see it, man. And you already know the drill. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.